There is this ever-growing problem in the TF2 community. So large, in fact, that it's growing too big to ignore. It seems like anytime there is discourse among the TF2 community, the legitimacy of Sniper's balance has been called into question, and has grown even more relevant as of now. Anytime someone walks into his sightline or gets headshot via quickscope, they rush to social media to complain about how broken Sniper is, and how they deserve to kill the Sniper simply because they were close to him. The scale of the outcry has grown so large that even people who aren't actively involved in the TF2 sphere are giving in their own 2 cents. Now, if you're familiar with my content, or picked up on the type of language I chose to use, you probably know that I play a lot of Sniper and can make an educated guess on what side I'm about to take. That said, what's with these homies dissing the Sniper? Why do they gotta rage? Something I've realized about the crowd that claims Sniper is overpowered is that it comes from a very reactionary part of the community. So, what I've come here to do is to debunk this ever-growing controversy and offer solutions on how you, the player, can counter Sniper. So let's start off with the strongest and most prevalent argument that proponents of a Sniper nerf will use. It's not that the Sniper has the potential to one-shot 5 out of the 9 classes in the game, it's the quickscope time that's the issue. At a glance, this is a really strong argument. I mean, after scoping in, the Sniper only has to wait 1/5 of a second before they can headshot, which can be faster than the time it takes for a human to blink. Sounds insanely broken, right? Well, this argument assumes that every Sniper is melting every light class with an inhuman reaction time, which is completely untrue. Unless the Sniper is aimbotting, the Sniper is also a human player, and they have to react to you within the limits of a human reaction time. So in order for this argument to be true, the exact millisecond the unscoped Sniper appears on your screen, you would have to be headshot immediately at the 0.2 second threshold every time you peek the Sniper. Furthermore, this argument also assumes that the Sniper is easily able to pull off these quickscope headshots, which, again, is untrue. My counter-argument is one that pro-nerf proponents hate to hear, but it's true. In order for Snipers to get to that upper skill level, it takes hundreds or even thousands of hours to master their aim. Not everyone is going to be pulling off the same shots they do, and to demand that a class that inherently rewards aim mastery be nerfed simply because a person who happens to be good at the game landed that difficult shot on you is simply ridiculous. The next argument that proponents like to use is that the Sniper can quickscope headshot you at close range, despite his class description reading weakens with proximity. So we've addressed the quickscoping issue, but what about the proximity, you may ask? Well, TF2 is a brilliantly designed game, and because it is a skill-based team shooter at its core, and unlike its competition, Overwatch, the concept of hard counters does not exist within TF2, especially within 1 vs 1 deathmatch situations. While some classes and weapons may have inherent advantages over others, it is ultimately up to the player to optimize those advantages, and does not guarantee a victory over the disadvantaged player. Essentially, getting close to a Sniper doesn't guarantee a kill in the same way that getting close to a Spy as Pyro doesn't guarantee a kill on the Spy. In both these situations, you are countering the disadvantaged player via your class's inherent advantages. However, should the disadvantaged player master their skill in their respective classes, they have a fighting chance against their supposed counter. The Spy can utilize their movement to go for face stab / matador, utilize their environment to go for a corner / stair stab, or land that ambi headshot. Now, what skill-based option does Sniper have to turn a disadvantageous situation into an advantageous one? The quickscope headshot. Now, I already know what the opposition is thinking. If the Sniper is really good, they can offset their one weakness with the quickscope headshot. Since the opposite side uses a ton of anecdotal evidence, allow me to use some of mine. Out of my 5,300 hours played of TF2, I can say with the utmost confidence that if you adequately apply your movement as a combat class, you will more than likely get the kill on the Sniper. Sure, if the Sniper is really good, they'll land that close range headshot on you 1 or 2 times, but with basic application of movement advantages that the combat classes offer, you can easily snuff out that Sniper. This balances itself out because the disadvantaged player has to exert way more effort to kill you, as opposed to the combat class. And it's easy for you to say, oh, it's so hard for you to click heads at close range. And my rebuttal to that is to try it out for yourself, and to see if it really is that easy. people hyper-focus on the quickscope aspect of the sniper's kit so much that they forget about the sniper's other close-range option, the Jarate Bushwaka combo. I think this offsets the sniper's weaknesses way more consistently than a quickscope does, and that one-shot potential of 5 out of the 9 classes becomes 7 out of the 9 classes, arguably 8 out of 9 if you factor in the fact that the soldier will be put under that 195 damage threshold from their rocket jumps. That plus, the skill ceiling to pull off a critical melee as opposed to a quickscope headshot is much lower, making this a much bigger problem to deal with as opposed to a quickscope headshot. Moving on to the next argument. Good snipers shut down servers. Are these snipers that shut down servers in the room with us right now? Look, I don't know what kind of games that these guys are playing, but I think what they really mean is that they feel like they're the only ones who are dying to the sniper. Because even when you have that rare game where the enemy sniper is popping off, that doesn't guarantee the enemy team's victory. Why? Because people forget about the title of the game, Team Fortress 2. If that sniper doesn't have their team backing them up, their frags mean absolutely nothing. And against any semi-coordinated team, the effect that the sniper has on the game is minimalized. Even in the footage that I'm using right now, I go on to get a 24 kill streak, and we still ended up losing. Which leads me back to my main question. Is the sniper overpowered? No. And it's because people have a hard time separating overpowered gameplay mechanics with frustrating gameplay mechanics. Now, I'm not saying that overpowered and frustrating gameplay mechanics can't coexist. However, what I am saying is that in the case of the sniper, these things are mutually exclusive. Allow me to compare this argument with a similar character from Smash Ultimate, Little Mac. Little Mac is extremely fast, has super armor which can power through most attacks in the game, including multi-hits, has a frame 1 jab and up special, and an insane neutral special called a KO punch, which can kill at insanely low percents after its meter is built up. His main weakness is that his aerial moveset is really weak and his recovery is easily exploitable. But a really good Little Mac can arguably offset his aerial weakness with a side and up special, which also happens to be his strongest aerial attacks. While inconsistent, Little Mac can use his side special to edgeguard and string together a combo in the air. And despite being weak in the air, his up special can be used as a kill move. However, the main complaint against him is his super armor, which can be frustrating to play against. So with everything I've explained, Little Mac sounds pretty overpowered, right? I mean, he can even offset his weakness with the right application of his side and up special. Then why isn't he the best character in the game? For the same reason as the sniper. Their weaknesses are easily exploitable. Little Mac puts everything into his side and up specials, and if he misses, there's not much he can do aside from pray that the enemy doesn't punish him for it. Much like Little Mac, Sniper puts everything into that close-range quickscope headshot, and when he misses, the consequences are almost always fatal. Not only are his weaknesses easily exploitable, but there are simply better classes to pick from. In TF2, the 4 best classes happen to be 3 of the combat classes and a support class that simply enables them to do better at what they already do best. The sniper, while having a really strong headshot ability, simply cannot keep up with the combat class's damage consistency and movement, as well as the medic's overheal and ubercharge. Speaking of which, this leads me into my next point. There are a plethora of ways that you can counter a good sniper. Let's start off with the scout. The scout's inherent speed and double jump capabilities allow him to easily close the distance between him and a sniper. His deadliness is even further increased when there are flank routes at his disposal. If you apply basic movement, the sniper is as good as dead. Next we have the soldier. Being one of the classes that can survive a quickscope headshot, you can easily tank the headshot and kill the sniper if you get close. Also, the rocket jump's mobility allows you to easily close the distance and bomb the sniper. And if a medic has overhealed you, once you close the distance, there's little the sniper can do, even if they land that quickscope headshot. Next up we have the pyro. The pyro has a lot of tools at their disposal to make the sniper's life a living hell, namely the flare guns. If the sniper isn't running a Darwin's, the flares do a ton of damage and the afterburn's aim flinch makes it insanely hard for the sniper to effectively do their job. If a sniper is running Darwin's, great, because now you can backstab them while they tunnel a sightline. And the spy has a ton of tools at his disposal to close the distance between him and a sniper, all the while being undetected. Even if the sniper is running the Razorback, If you can't finish them off with the easy 2-shot combo that the Ambi and Diamondback offer, it really is a skill issue at that point. Hell, you don't even have to kill the sniper to do your job as a spy. With crafty use of the cloak and dagger, you can force the sniper to pay attention to you by repeatedly uncloaking and recloaking near the sniper. Ergo, what Uncle Dane did to me on stream.
Spy on me? My god, this spy is so annoying.
The next option you have is Sticky Jumper Demo. You can effectively FNAF jump scare snipers with a sticky jumper. In a couple of seconds, you'll land right in front of the sniper's face and brap all over him with your grenade launcher. The next option you have is a little more skill-based, but you could also pick Sniper and out-aim the enemy sniper. And if the sniper is better than you, charge up a body shot then peek. It might not always work, but it increases your chances of killing the sniper. If all else fails, and or the sniper is really pissing you off in particular, what if I told you that there was a way that you can completely invalidate the sniper's existence? That weapon, of course, being the Vaccinator. The passive bullet resistance allows you to tank a quickscope headshot for 145 damage, and while uber-charged, reduces the quickscope headshot to a mere 13 damage. The sniper might as well be using a pea shooter at that point. To even further guarantee the enemy sniper's death, bucket a friendly sniper with the Vaccinator, as there is practically nothing the opposing sniper can do to counter this strategy. Although, I recommend you only use this as a last resort, as it is considered to be BM, but it is an option nonetheless. All that in mind, it is important to distinguish frustrating gameplay mechanics with broken ones. Sniper isn't a broken class, nor is he even the best, even with his one-shot potential. It's time to put this petty squabble to rest, and this hasn't been an issue in the entire history of TF2. This has only become an issue in recent years when the TF2 community started to uncritically regurgitate the ill-informed opinions of anyone who picked up a mic and called themselves a TF2 YouTuber. TLDR,
the side effects that people bitch and moan about widely boil down to the victory being awarded to the worst class.